Hey, welcome to our Nintendo Switch 2 prediction video.
What?
Hey.
A Nintendo Switch 2 Direct Predictions video? That's original.
Oh, yes, we are quite original. Yes, we are, my friend.
We'll be the first ones to upload this. We'll upload this at 12 p.m. on Monday.
I mean, no one could possibly ever do that.
Yeah, right? That'd just be stupid. Oh, shit, I said 12 p.m., not 12 a.m. Whoops.
I mean,
oh well. Anyway, welcome, folks.
Yeah,
I'm Aaron.
Ignore all that. I'm Jonathan.
And today we are going to be making our predictions for the Nintendo Switch 2, and boy, do we got a lot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I got some pretty simple stuff. It's more kind of just what I want to see because, like, I don't know, there's not too much to when we don't got too much to go off of. But anyways, I'm sure you got some junk.
I got some stuff that I know it's going to be on there, and stuff that I would like or hope to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, my biggest hope is the fact that we get to see the Switch 2's performance, and because here's the thing, because I keep seeing stuff online,
Me,
where it's like, huh?
Me, as one of those people.
Yeah. I keep seeing stuff like, oh, well, the Switch 2 is as powerful as a PS4 Pro, and that's like, oh, that's cool, but really? Is it really powerful? We need to see, because these are just leaks, these are rumors, and I honestly don't pay attention to those, so that's why I'm like, I want to see what it's like in action.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, besides the performance, I also just want to see what else can the Switch 2 do as well, you know? Because, let's be honest, that Nintendo Switch, okay. The Nintendo Direct was, something.
The one Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't go into that one with high expectations, even though literally everything I wanted wasn't talked about at all, which is kind of funny.
I didn't go into any I didn't think any major games would be revealed either, but I'm just baffled over the fact that they even had the gall to even just release a Direct right before you're about to do another Direct that's going to be bigger, you know?
They wanted people talking, they wanted a couple more little people to talk about it, plus, you know, they got like the big reveal of Tamagotchi Live showed off more of Metroid Prime 4. But that's all external fluff, you know? That's all external fluff.
I guess, but you know, it's just like, remember the days where you could just they would just release a trailer of something, of a big announcement, and that would be it. But
I mean, I agree. I hope we get to see some, like, and learn about kind of the real processing power of a Switch 2. Maybe they'll show off a third-party game that will look really impressive. I'm trying to think. Maybe they'll show off Call of Duty running. That would be a pretty kind of one of the big third-party games now.
Sega could just outright also look at Nintendo and be like, "All right, Sonic Unleashed is also coming on this platform."
Yeah, that'd be crazy for a third party to reveal their game tomorrow. But I mean, or not tomorrow, Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, you got all this, I wouldn't say notice of Sega. Well, to be fair, Sega's getting a good amount of attention lately, which I'm happy about. But to also see that they want to kind of do the whole rivalry with Nintendo again is kind of crazy. Not like they don't want an actual rivalry, but like we want to do a crossover with Mario as soon as Sonic is as big as Mario. But I'll be honest, I think Sonic is already as big as Mario when you already have kids, you know, quoting lines from Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, I don't mean to go into another Sonic tangent here. Listen, we're Sonic the Hedgehog fans. We can't help ourselves sometimes.
Can you imagine if they revealed Sonic X Mario as like it's like the next 3D Mario game?
Yo, that'd be crazy.
With the power
like
of
a Sonic Adventure-esque, Sonic Adventure-esque styled game with Mario and Sonic. That'd actually be pretty sick. I'm not even gonna lie.
Let's not give ourselves some random fake ass hype though. This is like a 0% chance.
I already know for a fact it's not gonna happen, but that would be cool. No, but going back to the Switch 2, because I want to go into another Sonic tangent. But what I will say is, when you have like somebody like my little cousins who actually know lines from Sonic Adventure 2, you know Sonic is really big at this point, because Sonic Adventure 2,
dude, Sonic is in such a good spot right now. The movies are doing great. There are like a bunch of figures and toys being sold. The games are doing great.
The comic is doing pretty good too.
Yeah, fucking crossover with Batman. Damn it, that's huge.
Yeah, that's for another topic. That's for another topic.
But anyways,
Switch 2
performance.
Yeah, you got the performance.
Gimmick.
I think it's the gimmick. Mouse control.
Yeah,
hands down. I know it's going to be mouse control. People are worried that it's not going to be motion control, though, but it's the Switch 2. I honestly think it is going to be motion control.
I think
the reason why exactly, especially if you're playing games like Mario Galaxy on there, you're going to include motion controls. I just don't think they're going to have that little not adapter, but that little. Not like either.
To be fair, most controllers, I feel. Well, actually, no. Nintendo, all of their controllers really have gyro these days, and those are really big for some people. So, especially like Splatoon. Splatoon is one of their big franchises now, and people live and breathe off of those gyro controls. So, I don't think they would remove gyro controls. I think only like something like the IR camera is going to be removed.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be removed. But in terms of everything else, I think everything else is going to go great.
Yeah. I still, in the topic of the mouse, I think having something, I don't know if it should be built into the system for fun, but a new like Mario Paint style thing would be just like a cherry on top, especially if it's like built in to the system in a way.
I honestly think. Not just Mario Paint, but another Mario project, which I'll actually get into when we start going into games that we could potentially see for the Switch 2. But it could also be used for the web browser as well. I feel like they're honestly going to introduce that on the Switch 2, which is so weird because previous Nintendo consoles already had the web browser on there. For God's sake! The DS had a web browser. Granted, it was a cartridge, but it was weird to not see the Switch have web browser. Because the Wii U had a web browser, the Wii had a web browser, the DS, like I said, had a web browser.
Apparently, the Switch eShop is a web browser.
Kind of, but not really. I know people can hack it to make it a web browser, and there are times where I can make it a web browser as well, but that's only if I'm logging into my Wi-Fi on my college campus.
I think it literally is like a modified version of a web browser. Anyways, that shit needs an upgrade. That shit is so fucking horrible on the Switch, dude.
What, the eShop?
Yeah, the eShop. Oh my god.
I don't know. The eShop I thought was honestly fine, but I don't know. Mainly because I don't go on there as much. Honestly,
yeah, it's
my games.
It's bland. There's no style or music. It's hard to find games. I remember it was hard to find games, and it's slow. Oh my god, it's slow.
It is very slow. But speaking of games, though, I think that's a great way to talk about what we could potentially see in terms of other stuff for the Switch 2 in terms of games. We already know Mario Kart 9 is already confirmed.
Yeah. Or is it 10? I think
9,
isn't
10.
I don't know. iPhone 1 considered 9. Anyway, that's
I don't know if it's considered 9 or not. Some people say it is, but Nintendo's like, nah, it's just like a mobile thing. It's more Mario Kart on the go. Leave it off Mario Kart. It's already on the go, but whatever.
Digressing.
But besides Mario Kart, I honestly do think we are, and this is, I don't want to say guarantee because I don't want to guarantee we're going to see a new Mario game, and then also it's like, no, they don't show it, but 9 times out of 10, they might show a new Mario game because, hey, it's Mario's 40th anniversary, and I know some people were expecting to see something on March 10th, Mario Day. We didn't get anything, and honestly, I kind of figured since literally the next month is, well, back then when March 10th was around there, we were already expecting the Nintendo Switch 2 and then to announce what's going to come along with it. So I honestly assume Mario game will be announced by then,
Yeah. I think we'll definitely see a new 3D Mario game, at least teased. There's like, it's just Mario games usually come in these things.
Didn't they do that with the original Nintendo Switch? They literally like teased Mario Odyssey.
Yep. That was one of the first things we saw.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna see the new 3D Mario. It's like most consoles usually have a 3D Mario game right off the bat, so.
Now, do we think it's going to actually be launch date exclusive? Like, do we think it's going to actually be a launch date game, or is it going to be like launch year? Like, it doesn't come out the same.
Be the November game. I guess it just kind of depends on what else they have to show off.
I think it'll be a holiday game too, so that way, especially kids, because remember, Nintendo is still technically for kids. Technically, because you also see a lot more adults play it on.
It's a more family-friendly console out of the 3.
Yeah. But I also think, I will say, I don't think we're getting Legend of Zelda.
We just had. No,
we had Breath of the.
We could.
We just had, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, actually, no, you're right. I was about to say we did just get the Tears of the Kingdom. So anything like an open world is off the tables now. Well,
a remaster on the other hand.
A remaster, yes, but I'm thinking maybe a wholly new 2D top-down game that's like not in the style of Link's Awakening. We just had the Zelda game, but that's still kind of a little bit different.
You know what's funny though? I honestly have a little. And this goes into something that I would love to see, that I don't think is going to happen. I kind of want to. I want an HD remaster of Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, because I never played Twilight Princess, but I was always interested to play that.
Yeah, I can definitely see a Ocarina of Time would make more sense, I feel like, because Twilight Princess just had one on the Wii U, though that'll be easier to port.
Yeah, true.
Though they also might try and stave off a remake as their big launch title for the Switch 2.
Well, you say that, but remember, the 3DS launch title was also Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm wondering they're trying to like make this more new and more exciting.
True.
I think a top-down like classic Zelda game would be really cool, and not in the Link Awakening art style, which is cute, and I think it has its purposes. But I would like to see something like, I don't know, something more varied.
I do think we will definitely be getting, not definitely. I don't want to, because again, I don't want to guarantee it. 2 things. I think we'll probably get a new Yoshi game.
Yes. We haven't had one in a very long time.
Exactly. A new Yoshi game. And possibly, I'm not guaranteeing this, but we could also get the mention of Metroid Prime 4 coming on the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. And the only reason and the reason why I say that is because I know some people are like, well, no, it's already coming out on the Switch, and you could already play Switch games on the Nintendo Switch 2. Yes. However,
I was gonna say they'll probably use that as an example to talk about Switch enhanced games, because we already know we're getting mentions of that probably more than likely.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring up the Breath of the Wild thing though, where Breath of the Wild was on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, and they advertised it where it was more leaning towards the Nintendo Switch, but they still were like, well, it's also on the Wii U as well.
Yeah,
and I honestly have a similar feeling where it's going to be Metroid Prime 4 is going to be on the Nintendo Switch. But it's also going to be a main title for Nintendo Switch too. So I could be wrong, and you never know.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I definitely see that too, just because it would make a lot of sense. You know, that's like something I've been thinking is like they say this is a Switch title, but it's going to be more of a Switch 2 title at the end of the day.
Now, we will definitely see some third-party games on there as well. I do feel like maybe we'll get something akin to... I feel like we're actually going to get a mention of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I feel like we're going to maybe get at least a mention of it.
Yeah.
Just to throw off some third-party titles. Maybe Call of Duty, but I don't know.
I think Call of Duty is the big one that's like, it's a big game right now. It's more of something that the Switch 1 doesn't have. So.
Well, the only reason why I have a theory, but I don't know Call of Duty so much, and the only reason why is because Call of Duty on Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken, never really did well on there. So I don't know if they're really going to be like, yes,
back on the Wii and Wii U era,
and the DS too,
and the DS, and those games were
hot garbage.
Yeah, I think shooters like Overwatch are still available, so I think, and Doom, and they seem to sell well. So I think I could see it happening, just for the hell of it, just so more players, and especially now that crossplay is a thing. I could totally see it.
I think Marvel Rivals will also be on there as well. So another thing that they'll advertise. Now, I'm not trying to say anything yet because, listen, we just got an announcement like in December. But hey, maybe the new Onimusha game will also be advertised. You never know. I will find some way to bring up Onimusha at some point in every one of these discussions. I'm going to mention it.
I think we'll get a couple of third-party games, but they're not going to be the main focus. The main focus are going to be Switch games. Which
the Switch games and the Switch 2 itself.
Yeah, I think we could get a Kirby game.
Kirby.
Maybe a sequel to... Well... I'm trying to think logically here, because you probably, if you have a sequel to the 3D platformer Kirby game, then you have a problem, because now what, they're gonna have 2 3D platformers? I was thinking why they announced F-Zero, but then again, do you want 2 race? Obviously, those are 2 very different racing games, but...
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind an F-Zero game. Granted, I'm probably not going to play it, but the only reason why I want it is so that way the fans can have it.
Exactly. The fans deserve it at this point.
Exactly. But I also kind of think Star Fox, because, listen, Star Fox...
Star Fox, man, yeah.
Star Fox right now ain't doing so well. The brand new game they got was on the Wii U. That was years ago, man.
And was not very good from what I've heard. Star Fox.
Maybe Star Fox.
Needs an assist, man.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be Star Fox 64 again.
Fucking hell. And also, stop telling the same exact damn story. So yeah, Star Fox would honestly be a pretty exciting thing to see come back again.
I don't know how long the length of the direct is going to be. Yeah. Maybe it'll be an hour, maybe it'll be 40 minutes. I don't know, honestly.
Watch us we're predicting all this stuff, and the reveal is less than this video.
It's like 10 minutes. It's like a 10-minute.
Yeah. And they'll show off 2 games. One we already know of, which we know is not true because they're they're going around on tours after this, and they're going to be showing off games that are playable. So we know. Actually, that probably means the games will be playable with names. So it won't be like the Switch one where it's like new Mario game. What's the name? Actually, it could just be a working title name, but we'll see.
Yeah. So that honestly does it for the games, because right now I don't think they're going to announce a crap ton of games like they usually do in Rex.
No, two things. One, I know I said I don't really think they'll go away from remakes. Kid Icarus Uprising sequel or ports? For the love of God, please. I could highly see it. Now,
another thing I will actually say, it's not going to happen. I guarantee it's not going to happen. It'll be I don't think it's way too soon, because it's been years since.
We're both on the same wavelength on this one, my friend.
Listen, folks, I love this series to death. I love this franchise. We ain't seeing a Smash Brothers in this direct.
now you say that. I could see it. It's it is hopeful. But
it's wishful thinking.
But dude, just imagine the flames that will be lit on the internet.
Dude,
Smash Brothers is announced. And is it a playable demo? Now, I don't think it will be a playable. No, it could be a playable demo.
It could be. Remember, for Wii U and 3DS actually had demos. I think more 3DS though, because that was
playable at those that the tours are doing.
Yeah,
but I could see it. It's like Smash Brothers is it's like crazy hype game. It gets the internet's flames a stoking. So imagine they just announce a Smash Brothers right there at the end.
Smash Brothers was like, holy crap, man! Smash Brothers was the shit in terms of leaks. You couldn't go 1 second without hearing somebody say, "Hey, I got this leak from my cousin's friend who works at Nintendo as a janitor, and he managed to
now
get in a listen of Shadow's gonna be in the game." Like, what the fuck?
Now the other interesting thing we know is that Sakurai's been working on a game, but we don't know what this game is.
It could be a brand new game, honestly.
Honestly, as much as I really want Smash Brothers, I would love for it to be a brand new game. He makes great games. Like Kid Icarus Uprising.
That's what I was gonna bring up, honestly. I love Smash Brothers. I don't think it's going to be Smash Brothers. And listen, I would love to be proven wrong. I really do. I would love to be proven wrong and be like genuinely happily surprised that it's a new Smash Brothers. And not only is it a new Smash Brothers, but it's basically Ultimate. But now we're getting more characters, because honestly, at this point, I don't know how you can not have all those characters in there.
A revamp of mechanics, I guess some people say, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And look, I know my heart's gonna say don't believe in it, but my little heart's like it's gonna be the one more thing.
Yeah, possibly.
And they'll be like, I want a new announcer. I love the guy, but we've had him for like 3 games.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that wants a Galaxy sequel, though. I want a Super Mario Galaxy 3, because
I don't know if they'll do it, because they really have never done that before, unless you count DS.
They don't do sequels, exactly. And I'm not setting my heart on it, but good
And Galaxy has a sequel. I wanted an Odyssey sequel, damn it.
Who knows? Maybe maybe as a sequel, they won't say Super Mario Galaxy 3. They'll call it Super Mario Universe.
It's Super Mario 64 Sunshine Galaxy 3D Odyssey Adventure. It's all the games at once. Now, watch this somehow fucking happen.
We go from Super Mario 3D Land to Super Mario 3D World to Super Mario 3D Galaxy. There you go.
I mean, it will probably be an open world game of some sort if Bowser's Fury is anything to go off of.
More collectathon open world. I don't think it's going to be like that. Yeah. But I think in terms of games, I think that honestly about does it, because I don't know what else games you can announce that'll be like hype. So in terms of, let's talk about pricing point.
Crazy idea. Just because I love this game called Hypno Space Outlaw. Fake Nintendo internet game. If it's gonna if the controller has a mouse functionality, what the fuck does that mean? I don't know. You just like it's like a fake Nintendo internet.
Yeah.
And you can have it like in a parody, so like, you know, all the like Mario has like his own website. Olimar has his own website. He's like a blog like, hey, I'm stranded on a planet, or some random shit like that.
I could see that, maybe a web browser game, but oh right, the game that I was alluding to earlier. Maybe a Super Mario Maker 3D.
Oh, you lost me there.
Well, you got the mouse, so now you could possibly do a lot more than what you did with just the 2D platform. I don't know.
I love the idea of a 3D platformer, but holy shit, dude.
That's gonna be a lot. But hey, listen,
it's possible.
Yes, it is. We even got a mouse. No, who knows?
But like, dude, can you imagine the levels people will upload?
It's crazy. It is honestly crazy. So
now, Super Mario Maker 3, yes, maybe not this direct. That could be like a year or two down the line, honestly. But with the mouse controls, I could definitely see it.
So,
more themes, please.
Pricing points. Let's talk about pricing points.
We've been hearing rumors, leaks, yada yada yada. Prices here.
My personal thing, I think it's going to be like $3.99.
Yeah,
I'm just spitballing here because the Switch, if I'm not mistaken, was like $299.
Yeah, $299.
Yeah, $300.
Switch OLED is $350.
This one's going to be $400, and I think that's a good pricing point if that's the case.
I think it's gonna be a ballpark between, I could see $450. I don't know if I could really see $500 because that's what the modern consoles are, and that's crazy. That's
PlayStation, all right. We don't talk about PlayStation. However,
700.
700, my ass. I think there will be like limited editions to this console, maybe, but
I don't know. It would be a kind of a day one exclusivity special edition, not like a literal day one, but like if the new Mario games coming out have a special edition that like kind of themes around to that. I don't know.
Or again, since it's Mario's 40th anniversary, come out like with a limited edition 40th anniversary Mario Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, honestly. I'll probably purchase that, honestly.
Now,
but yeah,
I was gonna say something else. That reminds, I think around 400, 450 is a good price point. I could see that. But speaking of prices, this is a weird way to segment into it. And Joy-Cons. What about new Pro controllers? Wow! We're gonna get new ones. Yeah, baby,
ones that cost over $100.
It'll probably be 60 to 70.
No, because the Pro controller, I think last time was like $69.
Yep.
If not 69, that was like 79. And listen,
I really like the current Pro controller, so I'm interested to see how they improve it.
I like the Pro controller as well. It is really great.
I think as long as there's nothing standing in their way, introducing that feature from the PlayStation 5. Actually, you know what? They just need the right triggers. They've had these fucking clicky triggers. I want triggers you can kind of like press down slightly.
Yeah.
Actually, if they're gonna have something like Call of Duty on here, it would be probably good to have that.
Now, the last thing I do want to bring up, pre-orders. When will they be going up? When will it happen? That's an excellent question you ask us. Because my prediction, it's not going to be that same day. Because that'll just be like a what the fuck moment. Like, oh shit! If anything, if it does happen that same day, no joke, I will drive down to the store with Jonathan and be like, we need to order 2 copies of the Nintendo Switch 2.
I mean, I'll just buy it online.
I will too.
Now,
I don't want to. I want to like actually secure it because when it comes to online, sometimes it's not always secure.
Yeah,
especially
I think you have a problem with doing that. Unless
Shut
you
up.
order it somewhere else.
PlayStation 5 brought me back so many nightmares.
I meant more that you're going to be here and not near your home. I guess unless you can transfer.
No. Thankfully, I can order online as well because that's I already have it pinpointed to my location.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big pre-order guy online.
Now,
so
luckily, I remember hearing that Nintendo's kind of already putting it like they've said they want to like produce a bunch of Switch 2 so people can have them day one.
They also have a precaution measurement for scammers too. So I want to honestly know what that is as well.
I don't think we're going to be Scrooge the Pooch on this time.
I don't think so either. That's why I'm gonna know what it is.
I think
to see how.
I think the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 were kind of like bad wake ups. They're like, oh shit, and those were out during COVID too. So that was when it was like really bad with production and stuff.
Yeah,
and they've had a while to make these, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't think of anything else, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, when will they be going up? I remember.
Friday?
No, not Friday. I think the week after, honestly. I think honestly it'll go up a week after. So that way everybody can get a chance to possibly get their paychecks, you know. And when will it come out? I think the summer.
Yeah.
I've been hearing stuff like July, but honestly, it may either be late June or August. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think around that time seems pretty fair.
But you know what's funny though?
What?
John, if it comes out in July and you just so happen to come here during July, you're kind of screwed too.
Oh god, I hope not.
Oh my god. But oh, you know what? You can order it and then have it shipped to my house.
Oh hell no. I bet you ain't traveling like that.
But I think that about does it though.
Yeah, this seems like a very good link for thing.
It seems like a good stopping point. We're very excited, as you can tell, for the Switch 2. We're very excited. Our wallets are ready to be drained. Fucking hell, it's gonna be drained. But I'm excited. John's excited. Isaiah's excited. Danny might be excited. I don't know if he's even gonna get it. He might. We're all going to get it, and honestly, I'm just stoked for this direct in general. Honestly, let's
just hope it's not a 10-minute. Could you imagine 10 minutes? And it's like the Switch 2 will have the processing power to show 1,100 million pixels at one time at 60 FPS constantly. And they show off like one game, and they kind of showed off really boring, like a Sonic Frontier style.
Listen, that was a one-time thing with Sonic Frontiers. After that, all the rest of the trailers were awesome.
Yeah, but man, did it suck.
Well, that's because of IGN. Anyway,
quite a lot, right?
Yeah. With that being said, folks, thanks for tuning in and listening to us rambling on about the Nintendo Switch 2. We honestly hope you enjoyed this discussion. If you enjoy more of this, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with our content, hit that like button, and comment down below. And until then, we'll see you guys for the next video. Till then, take care, everyone.